Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And well, here we are working on another planter project, this time here on the bean planter. And I was looking at my to-do list. Gotta put in new brushes for the Kinze bean. Well, it's actually called a bean meter. And so I'll get one of these boxes down off here and show you what I'm doing. Alright, I'll get number 31 here down. This is the thing I like about the Kinze planter. Whereas with our John Deere, you gotta take and get the thing dug out of the corner to work on it. This one here, with the Kinzes being raised up in the air like that, you can leave it set right in the corner. You don't have to drag it out or anything. And work on the row units or anything like that without needing to move it. So, okay, here's the brush meter. And of course, I've taken all the back plates out. And you can see right there, here's a new brush, there's the old one, and it's got a fiberglass plate that goes here in the back. It's got like little holes around the edge of the plate all the way around it. In fact, if I remember right, there's actually 60 of them. And as it goes around here, it's picking up beans in each one of those holes. It comes up and it's brushing that bean over top this blue brush right here until it gets down so far, then it drops down the seed tube into the ground. That way you have good singulation and not a bunch of doubles. And so as far as I know, the black brushes are good. It's mainly the blue ones that get the most wear. And the black ones, they pretty much, well, this black brush right here on this side helps take and channel the beans as the plate's turning this way. It helps to channel them into the plate. This over here, it basically keeps the beans from falling down the seed tube from up here out of the box area where it's coming out of the box. All right, got my socket on. It takes a 5/16. Okay, get that little screw popped up and out of there. Same thing right here. Impact don't exactly appreciate the cold too much. Okay, it's got that one. There's like a little tab that basically holds them things in place. And then there's one right over here. They sit like a triangle. Okay. Now that lets that little tab come out of there. That's it, ties that brush in. And there we got it. The brush pops out. Pretty simple. Now that I got the old one out, kind of sit them there side by side. There's the old one, and get them back out of the way. Our New Holland dealer, they're a Kinze dealer also, but for here in February, they were having a big Kinze sale days going on, so we got all these on sale. But you can see right there at the beginning, it's pretty well worn down compared to the new one. And that's also why on these Kinze brush meters, when you're done, always take that back plate off, because otherwise it's sitting there and it's got these it's got all your bristles kind of smashed down, and you don't want that. Okay, let me get you stuck back up there. You can see also, before you put your new brush in, if it's got a bunch of that crap stuff laying in there, take and pick the box up, dump that out. That way the new brush doesn't sit on top of that. That way it sits on the backing of the meter. All right, got that crap dumped out of there. Let's take and put the brush back in place. There's kind of a little bit of a groove, not much, but just a little bit where that metal backing sits. Okay. And you can see compared to the old one, how much better that definitely sits down it. Well, how much better it looks, especially on this side where it's taking the full force of the beans coming around. Okay, and I see right there, it is not wanting to seat in place. And I see why. Got some junk stuck down that groove right here, right at the beginning. And so I'm gonna get a little screwdriver, we'll get that dug out. Got me a little screwdriver here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, that little groove kind of goes right around there. There we go. All right, that's got all the crap out of there. Now we should be ready just to take and put the new brush back in. Let me go and sit you back down here. All right, you kind of gotta work it back and forth around that half circle there, but once you got that metal ring that holds all these bristles flat against the backing, then we're ready to take and put the plate back on like that. Pretty simple. Okay, got that little cap screw right there. Look at that, that one started. Let's see if this one here will start. There we go. And that one there. And when you tighten these up, don't over tighten them or you'll break something. There we go, that's all it needs. Just about one click out of that impact and that'll have it. Okay, now got a nice new brush in there, and I'll be keeping an eye on these black ones, but the blues are the ones that take the most of the wear from the beans going around. Well, I'll start here on number 30 because I've got the rows I've got numbers written on all the rows. So it goes from the back half of the planter, because this is a split row. So it starts over on the left hand side, which is the back over there, from 1 through 16. Then you come on the front side, number 17 down there on the end, all the way up here to number 31. Well, I'll go ahead and show you one more here just because I can. It's my camera. All right, just got that. And now that brush right there, he is getting worn down pretty good. You can see right there on that band those bristles coming up. And so we'll go ahead and pull this piece here out. Now we'll take and, as one YouTuber calls it, we'll clean all the schmutz out of that. Clean that into the groove. Now this ring piece right here, you can replace those. I'm actually going to leave it as is. Reason why, you gotta watch, it'll actually pinch down almost too tight on the fiberglass disc that's going around here and make it really pull a lot harder. And so I actually like them if they have a little bit of a wear groove. It lets everything kind of seat in place, and it gives that fiberglass pickup room to turn. Okay, got the schmutz all dumped out, so we'll take and stick this brush back in there. You can drop down that groove right there. There's that one and that one, just like that. Put the tie down in. There we go. Come on. There we are. Get the seat in place. Grab our impact. And tighten him up. Alrighty. Now it's got that one. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and put this one up there. I'm not going to show you doing all 31 of them, but once I get this job here wrapped up, I'll bring you along and show you different things that I go over, checking coulter bearings, press wheel bearings, that kind of thing. Okay, well, I just got done with all the front splitter rows, and so all those are done. This here's row number 1 off the back. However, I was just looking over my brushes. There's 12 brushes in each one of these boxes. They gave me 2 boxes, and which would have been 24 brushes, and there should have been 7 additional loose ones. And I never thought to count the loose ones that they gave me, but evidently there must have only been 5, because I've got 12 here. That right there makes 14, and there's 16 rows in the back, so they somehow miscounted, only gave me enough brushes to do 29 rows. I need 31 total. Thankfully I got some on hand, but I have to get a hold of them to pick up my additional 2 brushes. Okay, well, I just got done with the number 16 back over here. Now it's back in between those 2 wing wheels. That guy right up there, which means all the brushes are now done. However, I did discover something. I told you that I was short 2 brushes, and I thought it had to do with the loose ones that they gave me along with these 2 boxes. Well, come to find out, and these boxes say upper brush carton of 12. Come to find out, there's actually only 10. Both boxes were actually mislabeled, because when I started on the back, I had 2 loose brushes and 1 new box. That should have let me do at least the first 14. Well, I did the first 12, which means out of this box also there was 2 missing. So somebody mislabeled the box, but I'll give them a call here in a couple of days when they get open back up, and pick up my 4 additional brushes. Thankfully, I had quite a few of these on hand because I always keep several of the blue ones and several of the black ones on hand. And so I was able to just go ahead and finish out, and then I'll pick up my additional 4. Okay, well, I'll just show you right quick going across here what I generally do. Now that the brushes are all in, I've already checked the front, but then I just go across here, checking bearings on all the coaters. If you have a Kinze planter, in fact, come to think of it, this is a Kinze model 2600. My neighbor, just east of me, I think it was last year, they got a, well, it'd be a 12, I think a 1223 or 1224 row, one of the two. And he's got the coaters on his, but I think his is a 3600 model. And on the 3600s, they started running sealed bearings in these coaters. When we got this planter back in 2014, it had greasable bearings from that Kinze offered. And I've actually converted pretty much everything over to sealed bearings. It saves greasing all that. And I just get my bearings right at Napa, done deal. And so I'm just going across, check for any kind of looseness. So far, that don't feel too bad. That was good. And so that's got that. Another thing I'll do, let's jump back here on the back half, is then go across and check all your press wheel bearings. And easiest way to do that, just give them a good spin. If they spin good, you're good to go. I'll just go up here to the wheel, but you get the idea. I may want to check him out. He doesn't want to, unless that's a newer bearing that maybe I put in just last year. Well, maybe I did just put that one in just last year. The grease seal on that one looks new still. Of course, typical new bearings, they're always going to be a little bit more stiffer than ones that have had some run time to them, because they'll freewheel pretty good. Now, some guys will take and switch these out and put the copperhead furrow cruisers, if I remember right, and they can have like a little spike wheel going all the way around. I thought about doing that on both this planter and our corn planter, but that kind of stuff works great for if you're in heavy clay, black dirt, that kind of stuff, where you can get sidewall compaction down here as it's going over the seed trench. In our sand, we don't have to worry about compaction too much at all. In fact, on our muck, with both the corn and bean planter, we've actually pushed it when it's wet. And especially if we're running late in the year or something like that, we've actually gone through when it's wet, never had any trouble. But muck is kind of its own animal. When it gets dry, it doesn't get hard, it gets loose and fluffy. You can go out even on no-till muck and just literally scoop up a handful. And right now I'm running in notch 2 here on the press wheels. That is set for no-till. So for tilled ground, we kick it up to notch number 1. And I'll do that going all the way across. But yeah, you get the idea. I'm not exactly sure what you'd use notch number 3 and 4 on. That'd be quite a bit of down pressure. Also, another thing for no-till, this planter does not have the airbag downforce. It runs down pressure springs. And for that, you just, right now it's set for no-till because we planted no-till beans last, which would have been last year in 2024. And so right now it's set for no-till, so to take and knock that down pressure off, pull that pin out, move that up, put the pin back in, like that, and now it's ready for till ground. And you got, there are 4 down pressure springs per row, and so you got this side over here. Pull them out, shove it forward, pop the pin back in. Now, that and the press wheels, it is now ready for tilled ground because we always plant our no-till beans last. And so that's got that. All right, well that's got this planter pretty much ready to go. You saw how I switched things from no-till back over to tilled ground, and for no-till, it'll just be back just the opposite of what you just saw. And so I've got to go across, finish up checking all the press wheel bearings and no-till coulter bearings. I may jump up topside and spin both of the marker blades, make sure those bearings are good to go. And besides that, I think this planter is basically ready to go, besides grab the grease gun and grease it up. And in fact, I was talking to my dad here, I think it might have been yesterday. We've run, well, ever since we've had this planter, since 2014, we've run it there on the Alice 8070. And so it does a good job. I will say one thing, it definitely gives that tractor all it's got. Thankfully, it does have that Cummins 8.3 in it. If it still had the old Alice 426, forget it. It wouldn't have enough oomph. But with that Cummins 8.3, that ups the horsepower from 170 to 205, so it definitely makes a big difference. However, this year, just like we did last year, when we get done with our tilled ground, I'll probably take and drop the planter back off that 8070 and put it over here on the red tractor. Well, red and gold. Because on this tractor, it doesn't even know that planter's back there. It just takes off and goes. But, oh, that thing is nice to run on the planter. And so, yeah, like I say, when we get running no-till, the 8070 will come off and that tractor will go on. And so you'll see that as time comes and goes here. So I'm going to call this and end the video. So take care. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.